Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Corey, Elgin, and Spoody.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a punk rock band of brothers get together to talk about one of our shared loves, toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. If this is your first episode or you're new to the show, hey, guess what? We're not experts or anything. We're toy enthusiasts. So we're not always going to get things right. So you will have figured that out if you've listened to any of this already.
So back off, Carol.
Yeah, Carol. All right, let's introduce the band, your fellow podcast hosts. Up first, we got on lead vocals and rhythm guitar, he's our real American hero. It's Corey Canny.
I'm going to point out, as I did to all of you privately the other day, that I now cannot see the words Yo Joe without hearing Yo Joe.
That makes me happy.
Fucking whatever
voice.
sloth voice.
What? That's just my voice. That's just my voice. Moving on.
I'm Corey.
On vocals and lead guitar, he's a true master of the universe. He's the quiet one, the ASMR guy, apparently. It's Elgin Arney.
I have the power to say hello.
What is happening? Why did you comment that? Oh, some people. Hey, on that bass guitar, he's more than meets the eye. He's our Transformer guy. It's the Spootster.
Hi.
It's Spooty. Mr. Talkative. And then lastly on drums, hey, it's me. It's Jason. I'm here to share my love of horror, Funko Pops, and definitely those Transformers. Oh my gosh, guys, we got one heck of a topic today. Hot button issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can feel it heating up in here already. We might lose some listeners even.
I thought you were going to say hot butter issue.
Delicious hot butter.
We should have probably ate before we did this. It's kind of not Corey's fault, but to quote Corey from an earlier episode, he says, "Scalpers be scalping and be pissing me off." And he's right. So
I love them now.
Then we will take a look at the pros. I guess Corey's going to tell us the good things about scalping, and we'll definitely talk about some of the cons.
I think my favorite thing about scalping is like the part where you hang the hairy skin on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Make a
Yeah.
necklace out of it.
That
Smells
before.
so great.
We're also going to visit a toy store from Ohio that, well, they're one of those toy stores that knows what they have, you know, and their prices kind of reflect that. But we'll definitely get into how cool that store was a little bit later. You can follow us on Twitter at Cracktastic Pod, just like Sergeant Slaughter did. That's right. We're Sergeant Slaughter approved.
Ooh, yeah. No, wait. That's
what's he
that's
say?
Macho
Randy
Man.
Savage.
What did you do?
But he said he called people butthole a lot.
I thought,
No, that's not true at
Call
all.
people scumbags.
Scumbag, yeah.
Drill sergeant.
Dirtbag. Like drill sergeant language. Yeah, he was that guy.
Yeah, you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, or not.
conversation.
Cracktastic Plastic, you worms. But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right, Corey, tell us, show us, give us the goodies.
Hey,
Hey.
I had a birthday party recently.
Happy birthday.
And so I didn't pick this up. Elgin picked it up for me. It is
What a swell guy.
Cobra Pogo.
What?
It's
is
still in
that?
this bag. It's
Yeah.
Vintage.
It's vintage. It's very vintage, and it's cool as hell. It's basically like a giant robotic pogo stick that a Cobra officer sits in, or Cobra whatever, whoever wants to. I mean, really, anybody can take it for a ride if they want. It looks like a snow cone with spider legs, kind of.
It does.
So if they paint it with tiger stripes, it becomes Tiger Force.
Yeah, basically. This thing is really cool. I never had one as a kid, and it's pretty cool. It was one of those things that was like, Cobra had a lot of little stuff, like this pogo, and they had like this buzzsaw thing that like they sat in and had like these weird, it looked like a big circular saw blade. They had a bunch of stuff like this, like the Trouble Bubble, and I never had a lot of that stuff as a kid. I always had the bigger vehicles because my parents loved me. And
Must be nice.
so I never had a lot of that stuff, but I always thought it was cool. The thing that I was super excited about, and we will show a picture of this, is the insert that came with the toy originally. Like basically just a catalog from everything from 1986. Which is when the Pogo was made. And so it's got all the pictures of all the figures that were available and all the vehicles. Got Serpentor on there. I know that holds a special place in your butthole, Jason.
It does.
And yeah, Sergeant Slaughter and his Triple T is on there.
Maggots.
Maggots. He ate a lot of maggots.
That's why I got so strong.
We love Sergeant Slaughter, and he followed us on Twitter. I don't know if anyone mentioned that yet. We're pretty excited about it.
That's interesting.
So I'm super excited about this, and I'm having a really hard time trying to decide which side is going to face out when I frame it.
That's why you need two.
I know. I
You
might
can
have
do
to
like a
scan
two-sided, like two glass pieces
it. Oh,
on
I
each
could,
side.
and then just hang it right in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah.
So that I smack my head on it every time
And
I
then
walk.
as the wind turns it around,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
see each side.
Little side, like just a little bit of a rabbit trail talking about that. My wife really wanted burritos yesterday, so I went to our local Mexican store that also has a kitchen and got burritos. And while I was in there waiting for my burritos, I stood up after having bent over to look at the ice cream, and I hit my head on the clock and knocked it to the ground and shattered it all over the floor.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't remember
Much after that.
Anyway,
It's a nice tangent.
and I don't remember why I was talking about that. Does anybody
Hitting your head
know?
on things.
Hitting my head? No,
Because you're going to hang that from the
Oh
ceiling.
yeah, hang it from the ceiling
And hit your
my
head on it and break it.
So that happens to me a lot because I'm very tall. In case no one's ever noticed that by listening to this podcast,
That's one of the first things people comment about.
yeah. If
He sounds so tall.
That's all you sound.
yeah, and I have a face for radio. So that's my thrill of the hunt this week.
Super cool.
Who's next?
Yeah, Elgin.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Again,
Yeah, you do.
I don't know why. Probably not as much as
You
Jason.
know why.
I also had a birthday party get together
Happy
with
birthday!
Corey because
Tara.
we had to get all together at the same time and have fun all together at the same time. So what are you pointing out, Corey?
I'm pointing out the original sticker sheet for the Pogo because Jason's all about stickers right now.
Yeah. So on a previous birthday with my brother Court, he ended up getting me these two Masters of the Universe minis. One, and there's 6 of them all together. I only have 2, so if anyone wants
Now
to
you
send
have
me
to
the other
collect.
4, that'd be
Yep.
great. They each have a piece of Castle Grayskull that you can put together as well. So the one I have
So
a
you
king,
have to get the rest
so I
of
have to
them?
get the rest of them, which someone can send
Oh,
to
man.
cracktasticplastic.com and forward it to
It's
me.
on the website now.
There's a King He-Man and a Clawful in one of them, and then there's I'll pass that along. A Moss Man, which is flocked, and
As
the
it should
Battle
be.
Armor Skeletor, which has another piece of the. And on the back, it shows like the pieces of the Castle Grayskull that you can build together. And there's a Scare Glow that glows in the dark.
King He-Man is a real thing.
Yep.
Okay.
You know when he murdered his dad and took over. Probably.
King
Oh, I didn't
Randor.
know.
Yeah, King Randor.
Never
So
seen
Randor
King
was
Randy.
Never
Superman's-
seen it written
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. It's
Rando.
That's regicide, I think, is the term.
Oh man.
That's when you kill the king.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
If you look it up. Anyway, so I got those. So I need to click 4 more
Yay.
right now. So I haven't opened them up yet.
Moss Man looks a little bit more like a green gorilla. Than
Yeah, he does
actual
kinda-
Moss. Like he legit
does.
looks like maybe like a love child of a gorilla and an Ewok.
Yeah.
He's like too flocked.
Yeah.
Too flocked.
Yeah.
Is that even possible?
Yeah,
Man,
he's
you just got too
mossing out
flocked.
hard. It's a full moon.
Then I also got from Mercari, which Jason turned me on
Yay.
to, and then now I can't not buy
Can't
things
stop, I know.
because they're cheap and you can send offers and then they accept them and you pay for it immediately. Anyway, I got
For
these.
way less than
I got
even-
these vintage Masters of the Universe picture cards
Oh,
in
sweet.
original packaging with the original punch card still in there, hang
Nice.
tag, and yeah, they got
Yeah, let's open them up.
yeah.
See? Oh, it's funny now when I say it. Oh,
Yeah, well, these are vintage, so I don't know if I only open newer stuff.
right.
These are from
No, those are way
these are from
cool.
'84. I thought about opening it up and putting them in one of those books where you put cards.
Yeah.
in, whatever those are called.
When you did your video, I thought you were going to for a second.
Well,
Once you cut that tape, I'm
yeah.
like, he's cutting that tape?
But they had it all taped up with that horrible fibrous tape
Oh, yeah.
that gets yellow and aged, and I was trying to cut that
You
off,
couldn't.
and it was just not cutting.
Oh, man. It sucks that you're never going to know what's behind the rest of these cards.
Yeah, I might open them up later.
Maybe just get another set.
Yeah, or that. But then I saw some
Might
other
not be
ones.
the same cards.
Yeah, they had some packaged ones with the gum inside, which has got to be the gum's got to be bad. But they had those tops packaging as well.
Open it and try.
Yeah, and
It can't be that bad.
gum is cutting my lip.
Does anybody else remember opening up gum from toy
yeah.
stuff and you pop it in your mouth and you bite into it and it crumbles?
Yeah, all the time.
You
When
automatically regret it.
When I bought baseball cards, Topps baseball cards,
Yeah,
all the time.
gum in that.
I used to try to chew it, and it would just be
it
cardboard.
just crumbles.
It was awful.
Did Topps or anyone else do cards for Transformers or G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe.
G.I.
you would've
Joe,
think.
yeah, there's a
don't
giant
I
set of G.I.
think-
Joe cards.
Tops. I don't know if it was Tops, but there was a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, yeah, I
could
had some
see
of those
that.
too, yeah.
I don't know if they ever did Transformers, but
They did
No, those are awesome, man.
Desert Storm too.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
right. They had all those Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf.
Yeah.
And then Corey got me the wave. Well, you got me Mr.
jerk.
Well, he got two things. He got for my birthday. He got Mr. T, which was in wave 4. I don't know how to remember. Mr. T
Don't get
WW
wrong.
Eternia,
Don't do the hate mail.
and he has his golden gauntlets, which are like a Fisto gauntlet and a Jitsu gauntlet.
Bitch slapping.
Yeah. And a little comic book. So in the comic book, there's a kind of a reference to the A-Team because at the very end, the last panel, it says, what's he say? He's like, I ain't getting on no Point Dread, or no, I ain't getting on no Talon Fighter, which
That's
is the
awesome.
airplane. And so,
Why does my milk taste funny?
yeah. So it was a kind of a nice reference to that as well.
I think it's really cool how in the A-Team, how they always roofied
Yeah.
Mr. T to get.
It's like,
They
hey,
really
what's that
did.
over there? And then they shot a syringe in his neck and had him pass out.
Man.
But those come off. You can pop his gloves off and stuff.
Not gonna touch that.
And then Corey found Wave 6 of the Masters of W. Eternia, which has
Complete set, yeah.
the complete set of all of them. So we got a whole bunch all the way forward with Kane as a evil robot with a big red machine, and he basically looks like Roboto but red.
So cool.
And his
He also looks like
claw
Darth
comes
Maul
off.
a little bit.
Ooh,
and
he shoots flames.
he can have so on the original I had a double barrel machine gun as well, and he had an axe, but they just came with the little robot claw and then the machine gun that you can put fire on it, like he's shooting fire.
That's awesome.
And then you have Goldberg as Ram Man,
Makes so much sense.
pretty much in his kind of bald head and everything, goatee. And then they have Stephanie McMahon as kind of the evil Lynn character, or the
Perfect.
Fitting. Yeah.
because Triple H is the Skull King, so now she's the Skull Queen. And she's taking over, and they're together in real life. And then they have another Ultimate Warrior, so they had him in Wave 1, and this time he is kind of a version of what I would think is like Hero, like the pre-Eternia line. So he's supposed to have kind of the in dinosaur times, I guess, is what that pre-Eternia line was supposed to be like. So
Didn't he have a costume like that in the his wrestling years though? Like in the later years, he was dressed out all in white and red and stuff.
probably I only remember the
know if
yellow.
he did the giant cape.
No, but
I only really remember the classic
yeah.
yellow and the first wave that
Yeah.
they did. but still cool. I would kind of wish the cape was not this like heavy plasticky material.
Yeah.
It looks cool on a
It
shelf.
looks cool, but I wish it was like, because they did a cloth cape for Triple H.
Yeah.
They could have just easily done a red cloth cape for him, you
Yeah.
know, if they're going to do that.
From over here, it looks like cloth. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, it's so heavy that
Oh wow, yeah.
it pulls him backward when you try to
Oh,
pose
right,
him and
right.
stuff. So when I'm trying to take pictures for
It kind of gets
Instagram
in
posts,
the way of his arm.
yeah, and he can't lift his arms up, and it's just a whole
So if you go to Walmart and get some blue tack,
right.
stick it under his feet when you're
Yep.
trying to pose him, it'll hold him still.
Yeah, I think I got him
Tips and tricks.
Yeah.
like posed
Super
enough
glue. Just leave him.
for it. I think that's it.
Cool.
Okay.
Spooter. The Spootster.
Well, Jason just gave me, so it already fell apart again.
Aha.
I don't for having as many Transformers as I do, I don't really remember what like the name of each like class, like the
Yep.
different sizes,
I'm working
because
on
it
it.
never says.
There's like
Right.
O gauge and HO gauge and
I would
No.
say this is like the craft
Leader
class.
class and Commander class
Yeah.
and Titan class and
Oh.
Warrior. I can't remember them all.
This is
except for Astro Train, he's like an HO class. And
Jesus Christ.
Continue, please.
This would be the shit class. It's not bad. Like he looks. So it's a Grimlock. It doesn't even say what series anything.
Yeah, it's called the Dollar General cheap
Dollar
ass
General. Yeah.
series.
In robot mode, he looks pretty sweet. If you don't move him too much. In Dino mode, he's not too bad either. But like the head is like separate when you buy him, and you got to put it together. One of his arm wing things in robot mode, like he's falling off.
I remember when we were hanging out the other day playing with toys. I asked you what your top 3 characters and Transformers was, and in my brain before you answered, I figured Grimlock would always make it in your top 3. So when I see Grimlock stuff, I'm like, well, I should get it for him.
But compared to all of the other toys of this size, of this type, he's pretty good.
Are these his hands supposed to be like that?
Yeah, they're like permanently bent in an elbow. But if you twin
Like a scoop almost? Or...
yeah, because then you turn around and then it's his
Oh,
feet,
let me see.
which is how he came in the box. Is with this. Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Okay.
not terrible. Because there's only so much you can do with those.
Yeah.
Now on the other end of the spectrum, kinda, although it doesn't transform, is the RED, the robot, and Corey just broke it. It's alright. Just it fell off like 6 times already.
apart. Yeah.
It's supposed to do
I don't think it's supposed to come apart like that easy. But, so it's the robot enhanced design Optimus Prime. So it's basically just a PVC figure, but it does have articulation, and you can change the fists out, which it comes with a couple. It comes with his energon weapon, the axe, and 4 other hands. One of them is made to hold his gun, which is pretty sweet. And his chest does open up, and has the matrix, which does come out.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's super G1.
Yeah, I was always
awesome looking.
I haven't pulled the trigger on those yet, and I was not skeptical, but I'm like, they don't transform. But you know what it lacks for that, it totally makes up for in just how gorgeous it is, the posability for pictures and things, and it just looks so
like
good.
For you almost always have them in robot mode.
Yeah.
Like he fits perfectly with that.
Yeah,
And his box
I don't need help being talked into getting them. So,
is I like it. It's not the square. It's not the like where one side's angled like the Siege ones is actually like trapezoidal.
Mhm.
So it's angled on both sides, and it's got a window that has the extra stuff on one side, extra hands and stuff, and like that even looks cool.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, and they're $20, which isn't super bad considering
For a shelf former,
yeah,
they call it.
yeah.
But man, he looks good though doing it.
Yeah, I'm
So do you.
Now Elgin's making Kane fight Optimus gun against
Well, they both
gun.
have guns, you know.
And I saw they have there's a Megatron and a Soundwave and
Yeah, these would be great
some
for like
others.
posing.
I don't know
pictures.
about the Cheetor. Like that's just kind of weird, but just because this robot mode just looks dumb. always thought it looked dumb.
Yeah, he's cool. A lot of weight to him. He looks just amazing.
Surprisingly heavy. He stands up just fine.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah, it'd be great for like photography.
Yeah.
Shots like that and outside. and stuff.
I've seen some animations on YouTube using those.
Mm-hmm. Be
Great
great for that stuff.
Does his chest open up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
There really isn't any part of his chest that like sticks out that you can grab, so it's
Like the top
I'll
part.
get
kind
a
of a
knife. You
pain.
can dig in it.
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's all. That's what I had.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll go next, guys. I have a problem.
back
Don't
the truck
respond, please. But
Don't respond.
well, I can't remember if I've really said it on the show, but I know I've talked with you guys
First
about
step
it.
is acceptance.
I know. So having one of these toys in my hands is the time machine.
Right.
We're all trying to get back to that kid again, and one of the big parts about I don't even know if I knew this until recently. I mean, I knew it because it's been a problem my whole adult life, but putting the stickers on those original toys, that was an awesome part that the original Transformers had, was stickers. Sure. They come with sticker sheets, and the modern figures don't, and they haven't for a long time, really. Some of your bigger ones will, but not really. So I've kind of missed that, but I feel like it's really led to making me the person I am as an adult. I mean, it's really my OCD, my attention to detail has been formed by the hours I spent as a kid making sure stickers were put on straight. Like, I can't even watch someone put a sticker on, and if it's crooked, I'll lose my shit. I can't. I cannot deal. And so I've also heard of this website before, but I'd never really gone there until recently, and it's becoming the death of me. But I'll also explain why I think it's going to be a good thing. So Toy Hacks, I know Corey's mentioned it before on other shows, is a store that does reproductive stickers. Reproduction. Gosh.
So you can add a penis to your
Yeah.
Transformers.
Right? We've been waiting for that.
They could probably do that.
Reproductive therapy.
And so they do these repro sticker sheets for original Transformers and for new Transformers that are coming out today. And
tons of other toy lines.
And other toy lines too. Definitely G.I. Joe. Not so much He-Man. Sorry, bud.
It's all right.
But
Toy Polloi has got me
Polloi,
hooked up.
yeah, for free.
Yeah.
I know. Toy Polloi awesome. Go on.
Yeah.
But these, so I spent a lot of time on Toy Hacks, and I'm just looking at things, and it's even informed like the toys that I'm buying today, because I'm like, I check Toy Hacks first before I buy the toy, a modern toy, because I'm like, I wouldn't have bought these ones I'm going to talk about today. I got a couple figures from Walgreens. They're a Walgreens, I think, Cyber Battalions, the like sub name of these. I got a Shockwave and a Jetfire, and they're like maybe $16 or something like that. And they're somewhere in between that kid toy and like real collector's toy. They're just a little more hollowy and a little more simple looking, but they look cool and they're neat and I like them. Mm-hmm. But the second I found out that there were sticker sets to make them look even more like G1 Transformers, I had to buy them right there on the spot. And I ordered the sticker sheets. And
so all of a sudden, this $16 toy is like a $30 toy because of how expensive the sticker
that's
sheets
true.
are.
Well, luckily the sticker sheets are only around $10 on average, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But what, Spooty? What are you going to say?
Oh, they do have a pretty good G1 vibe to them, though.
Yeah.
Right? I know. And so what I was going to say is like how I think this is going to help me as I rationalize it to myself and to you and all you listeners is that it's making me open new toys.
Yay!
Right? I did it. Not because you guys told me to, but because sticker sheets. And yeah, like these guys, if I would have bought them, I would never have opened them. I'd have just probably put them with the collection. And I've been buying some Siege and other, all this War for Cybertron stuff.
Which some of those are really cool. Go on.
They're cool already, and they're all G1-ish inspired. But now that I know that there are sticker sheets for them to make them so much more G1 looking, I'm opening them suckers.
If you open that Mirage, I want you to bring him so I can play with him because he looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I am hooked all the way with toyhacks.com. I need to get sponsored because I've already bought... Yeah, I bought 3 more sets of stickers, and it's going crazy. I got some from old G1s. I'm excited to put stickers on my old toys, too, to get them up to shape. And so, yeah, that's what
the set that I want to get for to do the Starscream Sky Striker crossover, it's $45.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of stickers.
But I'll tell you
It
what,
is a lot of stickers. It's probably worth it, but it's just like...
And now that I know that, when I'm out toy shopping at stores and I see a junk ass Sky Striker somewhere, like I might just get it to get that damn sticker sheets.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I got my tweezers out again. I'm so happy. I'm like it. I just spent an hour on each one of these, just me and this piece of plastic, and just it's so relaxing and
it's very therapeutic.
it really is. I love it so much.
Does this come down?
It does.
I don't want to break it.
It
feels like I could break it.
Yeah, see, it's not.
It's nothing super
will.
glue can't fix.
But yeah, so that's. I'm addicted.
Just gonna put it on the shelf anyway.
But it's a good
got
addiction.
It. Don't worry, guys, I got it.
Okay, thank goodness. Well, all right, let's get into it, fellas. The meat and potatoes here. What the? I mean, okay, so I've been collecting toys as an adult for quite a while now, and I mean,
You have been an adult for quite a while.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That upsets me a little that you said that, but
I mean, more than the rest of
I don't
us.
want to admit it. But hey,
He's aged into it longer
so
than the rest of us. I don't know about.
I haven't. I feel like I haven't noticed it until this last year or two. How bad scalping has gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to get.
It's been particularly bad, I think, because of the pandemic and because of stimulus money and because people have nothing better to do and people are trying to make money.
Do you want to just try to give an overview of what
scalping is
and what it
scalping
does?
Scalping is the mental condition where you're a total piece of shit and you go to stores. Okay, we'll back up a little bit. Scalping is basically going to a store to find the toys that you know are going to be a hot ticket item, buying them at retail, and then sticking them on the internet for no less.
Yeah. It's not necessarily toys. It could be any.
It is.
For the
anything
reason of
for
profiting.
demand.
Yeah.
Not for the item.
No, and no less than double the price.
Therefore,
no less.
taking it away from the people who want it.
Yes.
From a collector or a kid or something.
Yeah. For instance, tonight, I walked through Walmart again, and I saw that there happened to be another one of the Stephanie McMahon figures hanging on the peg, and I thought, oh, hey, look at that! There's another Stephanie McMahon figures. Those are probably going for about $35 on eBay right now, and it's $15 there.
Elgin says more.
Higher. Okay, so
Good Lord.
They're a $15 toy, by the way, and it's $40 and above is what.
The WWE toys are the worst.
Yeah. So I almost bought it, but not to scalp or resell, but because I figured some other scalper is going to come in and buy it and then make it try and get triple the price out of it. And the thing that I really love to do and have done several times now because I think it's so much fun is I'll go and if I find one of these hot ticket items at retail, I will buy it and I will keep it and I will wait and I will watch. And when someone posts this shit for triple the price on one of the Facebook groups or something, I will post mine for sale in the comments at retail because fuck them. Which is what I did. So I've got 2 now because Jason was very gracious and bought another set for me. The Dollar Tree G.I. Joes, which are 2 inches tall, and they're kind of dumb, but they're $1 a piece, so whatever. And there's 6 of them in the set, and somebody was trying to sell a set of them for $20 plus shipping.
Yeah. What the fuck is is that?
Yeah, so I immediately went to Dollar Tree's website and copied the link to order an entire case of them for $36. That's 36 pieces, so 6 full sets
Right.
for less than twice the price what this dude was asking for just one set of them. And they're available readily everywhere.
Right now, just out.
Just go walk into Dollar Tree and they're there. And if they're not there, say, hey, can you get these? And they'll say, sure. They'll order another case. Or you can order a case yourself. And it's just, it's stupid. There's so much of it that, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, they count on people that don't live around a Dollar Tree, which if you have a Walmart around you, which you probably do, you probably have a Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
some people live in the boonies, so
it
takes the toys off the shelf.
Takes the toys
in
off
this
the
last year, the toy shelves have been so barren, so empty.
Yep.
It's like glaringly obvious. It's painful.
Part of it is to do with the terrible distribution
Yes.
by
It is part of it.
the companies because
And employees at those stores. as
Yeah.
well.
Right? You've mentioned Target.
Yeah.
And the classified G.I. Joe line.
Yeah, the Target employee exclusive line is what they're called now.
It's a real problem.
But then you also see pictures like from the retro line. You'll see pictures like people post them all the time. Like, oh, hey, my Walmart has 30 HISS tanks in stock, and nobody's buying these things, and now they're $17 on clearance. So the distribution's just terrible because like my store got nothing. They're like 6 figures and no vehicles, no nothing. And the Walmart down here had plenty. The Walmart in Coralville, half an hour away from me, still has some on the shelf that are on clearance for like $17. And this is like 8 months after this stuff has come out. But you still see people at toy shows trying to scalp these things. They're $25 originally for the vehicles, and people are still asking $40 or $50 for them at the toy show. When you can easily go to a Walmart, you might have to drive a little bit. You can go to a Walmart and find them somewhere.
It just takes a while.
Yeah.
Like this set of Wave 6
Yeah.
on eBay
Oh, man.
is going for $140 right now.
Yeah.
I have never seen them in a Walmart.
And there's
Like I never see WWE
so
toys.
it's 60.
Yeah,
for the
it's
set.
60 for the set if you bought it retail.
Yeah.
Now 140.
Good Lord.
And this just came, this Wave 6 just came out.
Yeah.
Like it's within the last month.
Yeah, I got really lucky to find
You
those.
did,
Like
honestly.
I happened to go in on a Sunday evening, which at least in my town, Sunday is when they restock everything.
Yeah.
So I happened to go in, and I'm in a small town with slow foot traffic. So I happened to go in on a Sunday evening, and there they were, all hanging on the peg. And so I grabbed them for Elgin. I sent him a message, "Hey, you need these?" And yes, grab them now. I will
Yes.
give you my
I pretty much said that.
grab those now.
Because
Yes.
if you put them down and walk away, they're
Yeah.
not, you
They're going
just,
to be gone.
Yeah.
before you could even
You
get-
you basically have to be there at the right time.
So it's
and like as soon as they're on the shelf, you have to buy them. Like
And you
that's-
have to have a store where the employees either don't know or don't care.
exactly.
it's changing the way we shop for toys.
Yeah.
In person. But so it's also pushing us to order more. And that's
Yeah.
that's great, but it's also not good.
That's how I've gotten all my retro stuff is online because
It's created this atmosphere where like if you don't decide when that toy first comes out that you want it, you're gonna not get it because
Yeah.
it's gonna then go out
Yeah.
of your price range. If you don't buy it when it comes out, I mean, it's even pushing. I haven't done any real pre-ordering yet, but it's really made pre-ordering like even more important to make sure you do get stuff that you have to decide months in advance that you want because
And you may not have the money at that time.
Oh,
That's the other problem. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes you have all a set amount of money to buy something and it's not there, and then when it is there, you don't have any. It's never hardly ever lines up.
you spend it on bubble gum.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's
Baseball cards.
two is it Power of the Primes had all the combiners.
Yeah.
With
and Combiner Wars.
the Dinobots.
Yep, that was
Yep.
part of the primes.
There's like 2 of them that I'm still missing.
Oh no!
And they're at least $50.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, my
a
friend
$20 toy. It's at least
Yep.
$50.
My friend
Anywhere
Shane
I've
has
ever
been my friend Shane from like he lives in Ireland and like they don't get the stock that we get.
Yeah.
And he's been messaging me like, if you see these anywhere, you know, I'm really, I don't want to spend $100 on this. Like, if you see this anywhere, you know, if there's, I'm still trying to hold out for old stock on a shelf somewhere, and I'm just like, it just doesn't exist.
It like forces you to be either a casual collector that just you find what you find and that's good enough, or you have to like get way freaking serious about it and order them in the waves from Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, and
I've been through that too.
I'm not a casual collector like at all.
I tried. I want.
It's hard. It's hard to be a casual collector because it's like you have to
get these sets, and
you've already cared enough to start collecting something,
yeah.
and now you're forced to like not care about the things you love.
Yeah,
but you guys, I remember just a few episodes back. I'm not a completist. I don't need all of the toys and all of the.
Well, I guess for me, like casual collector means that it doesn't. I don't really super care what I get. I just get something. Yeah. And for me, you know, I mean, it's all the original G.I. Joe stuff for me. And so, I mean, they're not making that stuff anymore. So, like, there isn't really any scalping. It's just whatever the market becomes. But it has trended up the same way that all the scalping has in the last year because of people having pandemic money to spend on toys. And like when you wouldn't have spent $100 on a toy before, you will now because you know you have it.
You're seeing it more even in like the older toys of people buying and reselling,
especially Joe's, because you said even before, like you're trying to buy something on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, and then you see it like it's like after April of last year, in April, May, June, it's like
in 3 months, the prices of everything at least doubled.
After that first check dropped, basically.
I've almost thrown my phone so many times. I get so frustrated. I'm scrolling through these sites and I'm like, you're asking fucking collector price for this broken toy. This broken ass piece of shit toy that's not even halfway complete. It is junk. You got this out of the trash and you're asking $50 fucking for this piece of shit that I need the tire off of.
It's not a C9 100% complete.
Everyone is asking
because they don't know what they are because they don't collect them. They just see that name and what it is.
They see something old and assume that it is worth something.
Right.
And the problem is that somebody out there is going ahead and spending this money, which is fueling this stuff.
I was just going to say, that's my next point, guys, is like, I hate to say it, but we're also part of the problem. We can't, it's up to us to by not buying this shit is the only way to combat these prices from going up, right? Because we keep buying it. Not we, maybe, but people keep paying these inflated prices, and it's only making it worse. So we are part of the problem. Because we do pay for it.
Now, it would be really nice if Hasbro and Mattel heard this podcast and were like, oh, well, maybe we're missing out on a lot of money because they are missing out on a lot of money.
And,
but they're making sales.
Just sell directly to the public.
So
that's another thing is the exclusives. Go ahead, Ellen.
Selling directly to the public, Mattel on their website, you cannot buy direct from Mattel.
Yeah.
Which it pisses me off because it's like, why can't you just buy from the company that's making it?
Yeah.
I mean, some sites are starting to do, like limiting your amount. So like Scalpers can't. That's another bots. There's so many fucking bots. Like when an exclusive figure comes out, or just
automatically
a new figure comes out,
puts in their cart.
1,000, they're all gone. If you're not there when they, oh my god!
Even if you are there right away, the bots are faster than your fingers.
Fuck yeah, they are. Yeah. So it's cool that at least some sites are starting to like limit your quantity of purchases. And that's one way to try to combat it.
And like Walmart and Target started doing that too. They'd hang signs up, one per customer.
So there's only one company I've seen that's been battling that, and it's Blizzard Entertainment that does World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So they started it with the tickets for BlizzCon because there was only 25,000.
Yeah.
They'd sell out in 45 seconds.
Right.
So you have to actually, each ticket you buy, you have to like put your name and your address and like your driver's license number.
Oh, nice.
For like each ticket. And like, so each ticket has to go to a person.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't automate any of it. Like they
manually put it in.
I mean, you have to manually put it in for everything that you buy.
Yeah.
And I think they've even gone to that with like their web store.
Really?
Yeah. And
Good for you, Blizzard.
You can't just buy everything.
Kudos to Blizzard.
with a bot.
I might have.
They're also a big tech company.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought I had a Pro. I thought I had a. Well, I guess I remember now what I was going to say. Maybe there's a good thing.
What's that?
Yes.
If you
tell
guys
us.
could see the stares I'm
tell
getting,
us.
the glares
All
I'm
right,
getting.
no, let's see where this
Let me
goes.
s-
I
yeah,
like things.
For the
Let's see
sake,
what stupid thing's just about to come out of your mouth.
for the sake of argument, scalping gives a person the opportunity to have a job. Their own job that's not a job working for the man, that whether, and it most of the time isn't because it's toys. We all think you're taking advantage of us and our needy needs, but it gives a person an opportunity to make a living with an unconventional job.
I can't see that being.
I tried.
I can't see that being a thing just for the sheer fact of the quantities that are ending up in stores to begin with are terrible. Like the distribution is so terrible. Like you would have to spend 80 hours a week driving to every single store, like just trying to find the stuff.
It might give somebody a job that's harder than an easy job that they could get.
And I think a lot of this stuff, literally, I
finding
think a lot of this stuff is just ending up in the hands of the employees, and they're scalping it on eBay, and it's not even hitting the shelves. Like I've seen a lot of people posting on Facebook about going into Target and there's an app. Like there are apps that you can download that, and it's not just the Target app. There are other apps that track this stuff, and you can go into Target and say, well, the app says you have 2 in stock, and the worker says, sorry, we don't have them. They probably do, and they're probably in the back seat of the guy's car. And so maybe.
Well, they're just in the back of the back.
Yeah, there's
warehouse
they're
area.
hidden somewhere because the Target employee or the Walmart employee knows that they're going to be able to get 3 times the price out of it. They're just going to buy it after work, whatever. And so the other thing that I hear from people about it's a pro is that, well, the value of our toys, I'm glad the scalpers are there because the value of my stuff is going up.
Oh, right.
Okay, well, the value of your stuff is going up. Great.
It's
so
being artificially inflated.
it's being artificially inflated, and you're not going to fucking sell it anyway.
Right, exactly. How
Yeah.
many true collectors are going to sell off their entire collection?
Like, I know that
Oh,
the
it went
stuff,
up $10. I better sell everything.
I know that the stuff that I have is worth 5 times what I've paid for it over the years.
Yeah.
Like easily, it's worth 5 times what I've paid for it over the years. But I'm not selling it, so that argument it's a moot point. It's like a cow's
Well,
opinion. It doesn't matter.
I do have to say, if you work at a Target or Walmart and you're doing this, like I almost have to say good on you because you're not getting paid enough working at
That's
at a
true.
retail
I worked
store.
at Target, and
And Josh worked at Walmart.
Worked at a Walmart
Yeah.
once.
Well, that brings me, maybe we'll wrap this up, brings me to one last point. It's time to get real, guys. Let's be honest with each other and with the audience. Like you said, you walk through the store and you I got this new figure that I want oh shit. There's 2 of them there. There's 3 of them there. And I know they're going to be gone soon. I know they're not going to be found in another store. I know minutes from now, I know right now they're going for 3 times, 4 times the price on eBay.
Yep.
Have you?
No.
Have you done it?
No.
Nope.
Have you thought
I looked at
about
that.
it?
I looked at that like I was saying
'Cause
earlier.
I'm not a seller. I never have been. Like
I mean, I know you're new to Mercari,
Yeah.
and we all know what eBay. We all been on
Yeah.
eBay a million times. They make it easy to sell things.
Yeah.
They encourage you to sell things to keep their
I
thing
keep
going.
I keep seeing that, but for me personally, I like to collect it as part of adding to my collection.
Yeah.
That I'm going to pass on to Ethan, hopefully, when he gets older, and then he can pass on to his son, and so forth and so on. I don't want to sell things. Like it's really hard for me to sell anything. Like not just toys, like guitar equipment.
Oh yeah, you're hoarding that pretty bad. Yeah.
Really, anything I've ever collected, I can't, it's just hard for
But
me
Elgin,
to sell.
if you sell one figure for 4 times the price, then you can buy more things for yourself.
I could,
See,
but I wouldn't.
I'm
It's
In
just
my
like,
head,
I can't.
I got
advocating
him.
for
I got him the Mr. T so that he would feel like, oh, okay, maybe I can spend a little more on that Macho Man that I'm missing because I didn't have to buy Mr. T.
Which I did buy.
Oh, did you?
It's on.
Uh-huh.
It's coming
Awesome.
Saturday, I think.
Awesome.
But I only had to pay because I used Macari and sent an offer to the guy.
Uh huh.
I only had to pay like $9 more than retail.
Oh, that's really good.
That's not bad.
I searched through all of them and was like, "This
You're
is the
my
one."
guy.
Boom.
Please take my offer.
That's
Yeah.
really that's
Now,
cheap
I've-
in today's
I've
market.
actually sold stuff on eBay before. I
Yeah.
used to have a store, and we did some eBay stuff, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is.
It really
Especially
is.
because of all the rules that eBay's changed their rules a lot, and their fees are stupid now, and like
and
everything.
yeah,
is
they take
stupid.
a lot, and then you also usually have to go through PayPal, which
Yeah.
also takes a chunk of your money.
Yep.
And it's just a pain in the ass. And
So is that why the prices are so high?
That's part of it because people inflate their
They wanna-
prices so they
they
can
wanna get-
recoup
it's
their
clear.
fees.
It's clear that the prices on eBay are way more than
Yeah.
on
yes,
Macari or Marketplace.
It's also it's also pretty much the most popular reselling site.
Yeah.
for real.
Um,
oh yeah.
As far as your question, no. I did seriously consider getting that Stephanie McMahon figure tonight for the simple fact that I stated earlier to wait for someone else to be scalping it in one of the groups so that I could sell it for retail. But I didn't because I thought, okay, well, there's a chance that somebody that actually collects these things is going to want it and going to see it, and I'm depriving somebody else of the opportunity to take this off the shelf. I have a couple of the Awe Strikers. I bought an extra one of those because I wanted to open one and I wanted to keep one in the box.
Hey, no one's arguing with that.
And
They had
So-
at our Walmart. They had another figure. The only one they had for like a long time was the Seth Rollins figure, which is probably not a very popular character anyway. But he was up there, and I had already had him from when I bought the first whatever wave that was on 3D,
Yeah.
I think. And I keep saying it, it's like, yep, there it is. I wish they had the other figures. That
Yeah.
I never thought of once of like, I should buy this and flip it. It was
Yeah.
just like, why aren't they putting more figures on for me to buy?
Yeah.
they probably put out more of
Yeah.
that one because he is a pretty big deal
Yeah.
on WWE, so they're pushing him
As a
hard.
new character, yeah.
Yeah.
As a newer-ish,
And that's the other thing with the distribution is that, they're putting, like with the retro stuff, there'll be like 4 of one. They'll send a case and there's like 4 of one figure and 2 of another and 1 of another per case. And they're not even evenly producing this stuff. It's creating a ridiculous demand. And literally so much money that Hasbro and Mattel and other companies are missing out on because they're keeping their production numbers low.
Yeah.
Whereas, they're making they're not even making $15. They're making probably $7 or $8 per figure on these things. And after they get their production costs into it and everything, they're probably making $2 or $3 like on the factory floor per figure. And then Walmart's got their markup and everything. Right. And if they just produce twice as much, they're missing out. They could even charge $5 more for the thing just to keep, to keep us from having to pay $40 for something instead of $20.
Right.
Charge
More people buying, more people encouraged to be collecting.
Yeah, I think there's a gap somewhere in their distribution where they're either they can't produce more or they're just not seeing that the stores are selling what they have.
Well, and that's the thing. They're only selling what they have, but then they're just
And then they're
someone's
empty,
not. Yeah,
and
someone's
they're not
not
getting
paying
restocked.
attention to. Someone's not paying attention to the reselling
these are
market.
tough times. You got to be fiscally responsible. You can't have it all. I mean, you get it that they can't just. This isn't the 80s anymore.
I mean,
Like,
I don't have to be
Pump out
fiscally responsible
characters.
because I'm.
But when your toy line consistently sells out the first day you put it on the shelf,
Right.
You would think
should be
that
a
would
trend
be a
somehow.
sign like, oh, okay, maybe we should make more of these. We're missing out on a money making
like I
opportunity.
said,
here.
I've never seen WWE toys at
not
Walmart
once
here.
in the store.
I
It's
saw
completely
I've-
bare. Every
I saw
time.
'em- I saw here in town. I think I saw 1 or 2 figures once.
There might be like a figure.
Yeah, I'd never seen them in the Washington Walmart. I was pretty surprised to find those, and so like I try to go into Walmart every Sunday, like Sunday evening time, like because it's usually around 6 or 7 o'clock. They finally stocked everything, and so
Well, I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys practicing what you preach over there. That's great. Well, all right. Good topic. Scalpers be scalping and be pissing me off. That's
Yeah.
so let's all just try to do our best to, not encourage bad behavior in our friends
Yeah.
and families and
Yeah.
And again, proud of you guys. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll let you know all about the PFPN. What's that? Really cool network we're on, like 25 other shows. It's pretty cool. Check it out.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal: providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
And we're back. Hey, guess what? It's Elgin's turn to take us on a ride. Let's get in the van and go on a store tour.
All right. Looks like the store we're going to go to today is in Ohio that we went to on a tour. It's called The Toys That Time Forgot at 137 Cherry Street East. And it's Canal Fulton.
I think canal is
Canal.
how that word's.
Probably. It's C. Anal Fulton.
Oh, my goodness.
And,
Oh!
oh, that's what she said when she got C. Anal.
The toys that time forgot, you say.
This is a jam-packed toy store in a little tiny town in Northern Iowa between Akron, which we never played at, but Corey thought we did every time,
Corey never knows.
and Canton, which we actually did play in.
Which was awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't remember.
The Buzzbin.
Because he thought we were in Akron
Chicken and
every
waffles.
time.
Oh, chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
played
yeah.
that.
And the Camaro dude.
The Buzz.
That punk rock
Buzz.
place.
The Buzzbin, which I
Buzzbin.
think closed.
Space
Oh,
Camaro.
no, that place
I
was
thought they had some
awesome.
shows recently.
They
not.
might
Who
be.
knows? Anyway, they also had some quote-unquote local famous beer called Burger Meister or something that was awful.
Sounds gross.
But the chicken and waffles was amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
And the Space Camaro band was really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember their name, but one of the songs was called Space Camaro, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, so this little store had kind of a wooden walk up to go, like a
It's
path
like
up there,
almost like a deck.
like a wheelchair accessible
Handicap wreck.
ramp. They at that time they had like 20%.
30.
Was it 30%?
It was, yeah. They
I
had
thought it
a
was 20%.
It was a 30% because I
Discount.
remember specifically trying to haggle with the guy. I said, "So is this the best you
Corey's
can do?" And
memory.
he's just like, "What? Better than the 30% I'm already giving you?"
Oh right,
I
gotcha.
was like, "All right."
Which
That's
makes
fair.
it full retail price.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't make it too far in the store because right in the entryway there was a bunch of Motu stuff, so I just got looking at that. But Corey did pull me away finally and was like, "Hey, come to the back and see this thing in the back."
What thing?
Which was a vintage
Did he show you his
Battle
penis
Cat.
again?
Yeah, exactly. He did that every time. but
Yeah.
It was a vintage Battle Cat spring ride, or like a
Rocking horse?
Rocking horse, basically, but Battle Cat.
Bouncy horse, I guess, thing.
Yeah. The official name is Battle Cat Spring Ride. I had to look it up on there. My parents kind of had a similar thing. It was called the Ride On Wonder Horse Rocking Horse. It was a red wooden rocking horse. Similar to that with like 4 springs, and then you just bounce on it. So they had one of those back there. I didn't see a price.
So was that
It was like $300.
was that a
Really?
legit
Yeah.
like
shit, I should've
Mattel thing?
because they're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
now.
it
So
had
it's
like
a-
a $350 price tag.
It's a
on
real
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a custom made
And now
thing.
LG
No,
Because he didn't get
it's
it.
a real
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
Like,
Oh wow!
Where's my time machine? Go back and get that. Yeah,
It's
they're
probably still there.
So you can flip it,
no.
and scalp it.
Your kid's too big for it now, Elgin.
I'll just come at home and like
Elgin's
pet it
not
like a
that big.
dog.
He's gonna
like
come home and ride it. Is what you're
Yeah.
gonna do.
just like
he
slowly.
will.
You're gonna hang out and watch cartoons on it.
Yeah. Eat my
In his
cereal.
underwear.
You're gonna dig into your kid's bag of Lucky Charms
exactly.
marshmallows
Yeah.
that he got for his birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, those on the I lost eBay search because a coworker was asking about it. The lowest price was $1,000. The highest price was like 15,000 or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, I remember it had an orange sticker on it, and it said like it was either $300 or $350,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
like,
what I
man,
thought,
that's
too.
expensive for that though.
It did seem expensive. That is still expensive for that.
Yeah,
At
I mean,
the
even
at
if
the
it's a cheap
time,
one, that's still expensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I loved about this store is that of all the stores we went on, I saw more things in this store that I've never seen in
Right.
person.
Yeah.
Like the selection was outstanding.
Oh yeah. They had some pre-Eternia toys there, which like the pterodactyl and all those dinosaur lines. They had those in the box, which I'd never seen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think the only thing I thought about buying because of the discount, just quote unquote discount, was a Gwildor from the movie. They had one of those complete, and I was like, well, should I? I just waffled,
See-
and I was like, ah.
Now you guys are bitching about the discounts, but I actually got a really good
You're the
deal.
only
there.
one that
like I
got-
got a fantastic deal on the stuff that I bought because I walked out of there. I walked out of there for $70, and it sounds like a lot. And I got one figure and one vehicle, and I know it sounds like a lot, but I paid $30 for an original bat, and those are $100 easily now. Like a good deal on one of those is $80, and it has been that way for over a year. And then I got a Vamp Mark II that was complete with driver and everything, and I brought them with me so people can look at them if they want. But and I got that for $40, and like that's easily 100 plus. Like now, like, and I like that. That's one that I'm gonna sell eventually, and I'll probably try and get $50 or $75 out of it. But like they're just. I got the stuff. I said, okay, how much will you do on this? And, you know, trying to haggle with him. And he's like, well, I'm already giving you 30% off. So it's this much. And it's like, actually, that's a really good deal. Okay, I'm good with that. And so if you can walk in there on a day when they have a sale going on, then, you know, you're probably not going to get a bad deal. The thing that I liked about that store, which at the time I was like, but now that looking back, I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty cool. It was the figure that I wanted to buy, the bat that I wanted to buy, its thumb was broken. And I was looking at it, I said, oh, his thumb's broken. He said, oh, okay, I'll go downstairs and I'll get you, I'll fix it and get a new one. So they have like a basement full of parts. They will not sell a broken toy.
So it's like Kokomo.
Yeah. They won't sell a broken, incomplete toy. Like, all the toys that they sell are 100% complete and nice. And it's
seemed like that
because
kind of
they
place.
And that's why I
have-
was thinking about getting that figure
Yeah.
because I was like, it's complete. It has this little cosmic key.
Yeah.
You know, it has all that stuff. And I was like, it was decently priced. I just should have bought it. I didn't.
And I'm sure that their prices have gone way up with the market, just like everybody else's. And I'm sure if I went in there and tried to buy a bat today, it was probably going to cost me $80.
Right.
But at that time when we went there, I got a great deal. The guy that was working there was kind of an ass, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was really an ass. I think he was just trying to be cooler. It was like kind of he was like trying to
Like the owner's kid or something.
Yeah.
yeah, like he was trying to. He was coming on a little strong
Yep.
and a little
Remember
like douchey, but I don't think he was actually a douchey guy.
Right,
I think
right.
he was just like kind of trying to have fun in a cocky way and not really
Like there was
executing
a girl
it
in
well.
the story he was trying to impress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of a punk rock band that was way awesomer than any girl that he's going to
Yeah.
have canal with.
Well, when you're named the town,
Canal?
Keno.
See anal full ton.
Oh boy.
Heck yeah. Oh.
The other thing I appreciated about that store was that it was really well organized.
Yeah,
It was small and it felt cramped, but it didn't feel disorganized cramped. Like everything was organized really well. They had cool stuff hanging from the ceilings, which practically any store that you go into like that is going to have stuff hanging from the ceilings just, because it looks cool. But yeah, it was really well organized, and everything was like kind of in sections, like
Yep.
not scattered about everywhere like other stores we've been to. Like it was like
I remember those glass cases were just really organized.
Yeah.
With Transformers and G.I. Joes, and
yeah,
it was really cool.
and like all the figures were together. Like if they had 16 Firefly figures, they were all in a row together, and they were all the same price because they were all the same quality. They didn't have a junky one up front for $10 and a good one in the back for $70. Like they were all nice, good quality, because they don't sell, like they know what they've got, but they've got good stuff. They don't have crap toys because they won't sell crap.
That's true.
And that's something that you run into, like something we run into in the toy pit. Like he sells broken toys. Like, oh yeah, here's a bucket of junk. Pick through it.
Which we also want.
Yeah,
is good
because
if
they're
you-
good for
not a-
customization,
not a bad
repairs,
thing.
and completing. Yeah, it's not a bad
If you
thing.
like to repair things, that's great.
But if you're looking for a nice toy,
get a
a
good deal.
nice example of something that you had when you were a kid or something like that, like it's a good store to go to because they're going to have a nice
Yep.
piece of whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yep.
All right, that's the toys that time forgot in Ohio. Definitely check it out if you are nearby. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's hear from Corey, and he'll be talking toys.
Obviously, we asked the question how everyone feels about Scalpers. QuadCon cool stuff. These are from. I don't remember. I think these are from the Instagrams.
Yep.
Does anybody know who QuadCon cool stuff is?
Yeah, they're the ones who run that toy store.
it's-
It's the show that we...
Yeah, I thought it was the QuadCon guy, but I couldn't
there
remember
a
his
name
name.
behind?
Steve.
Steve Dave?
Steve Dave.
Says, been that way for 20 years. It's definitely not going anywhere. If we have anything to say about it, it will.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're up to what? 2.5 million listeners now?
Something like that. It's pretty influential.
I don't know if you know this, but Sergeant Slaughter recently followed us.
Step one.
We're laughing, but it's true.
Let's see. Tad Good says, fuck him.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Just like you, Tad. Only Han Shot says... Roman. Only Han Shot. That's Roman. He says, I can't see anything good about scalping, but I'm curious if any pros will come up in your discussion. Well, we tried, but no. So, and then we're moving on to Chris Simmons. Turnip always contributes, and I appreciate his insights,
Sure
actually.
do.
It would be difficult to argue that Scalpers and their scalping is positive for toy collecting. Anything making it harder or more expensive for the person who wants the thing to actually get the thing isn't good. That said, I'm not sure how much it has been an issue in my toy collecting. I can't really think of any time I've had to pay much above retail for a standard release or not been able to find something in the store. It's possible it's just because I really only collect My Little Ponies. Nope, he said Transformers. And so long as I'm hunting in a figure's release window, they're not hard to find.
That's important.
I don't know about Transformers. Can you corroborate that? You two, do they seem to be does the stock seem to be okay when they first come out, and it's easy enough to find them if you go right away and look?
It's pretty fucking random.
It's pretty
because the new Kingdom line isn't even supposed to be out yet.
Yeah,
And
when
they're
I
on the
was
stores.
the Combiner Wars and Power of the Primes, I basically got all of those, and I had to just do buy the wave from Big Bad Toy Store to know that I would get them, because it was still important to me to get the whole series at the time. So I couldn't risk it. Mm-hmm. Maybe you'll see them, maybe you won't. Some will slip through, but it's so random.
Yeah, well,
Just small town Iowa.
and because I with the retro G.I. Joe stuff, because I don't get any in my town, and I don't know when I'm going to get to another Walmart that's a little further away. I have always done the pre-orders with the vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeremy says, I had this happen at a toy show recently. He's talking about the QuadCon show we were at.
Yep.
A vendor had a Target exclusive Ecto one, the Ectotron, for sale for $75. I literally drove a block away to a Target store and purchased the same item off the shelf for $49.99. That happens.
Yep.
The other thing that happens, Oh, actually, Shannon Bagley, this is Jeremy's cousin, mentions this, the thing I was just about to say, so I'll let Shannon say it. Loved ones that are at a show and go to other vendors, buy their item, then try to sell them at their table for a markup. I've seen that shit happen too.
Totally seen that.
Oh, yeah, this guy's got it for 20. I'm going to go buy it from him and sell it for 30.
But are you guys more forgiving of vendors at toy shows, just in general, for having markup on their stuff? I feel
generally,
like I am.
because
it is their business. So
I'm
I
not super
support that.
I'm not super forgiving about like the newer stuff. Older stuff, it's hard to find that stuff. It's hard to get it. If they have a little markup on it, whatever. But the other side of that is that vendors generally are going to be negotiable. Like, especially if you're buying more than a thing.
And if they're going to the store buying stuff and then bringing it to a vendor fair, like they're not a good vendor.
Yes.
Like
That's a terrible way to be a vendor.
yeah.
He goes on to say, Shannon goes on to say, or people who are at a store and post to Facebook trying to sell something that they don't even own
Oh yeah,
at a
I've
markup.
seen that too.
Like they're standing in the toy hall with their phone out, checking eBay prices, stuff in their cart, and already listing it before they've even made it through the checkout line.
You'll see exclusive figures from Comic-Con. People will be in line to get the figure, and they'll already have it for sale on their eBay page.
Yeah.
And like you don't even have it in hand yet.
Yeah, yeah. Jake Book.
Jakey.
He says, definitely not a fan of scalping, especially when they're buying up and scalping toys that are, at the end of the day, for kids to enjoy.
Right, big kids.
Yeah, big kids, Jake.
Who also collects these?
Let's see. Nathan Minke. I also collect art prints, concert posters. Those groups are full of flippers. As much as it pains me to admit, it's just part of the game. People buy with the intent to make money quick, sometimes to further their collection, sometimes not. These people aren't going away either. You just need to be quicker than they are. Yeah. Scalpers drive me nuts, says Abram Kirshner. Abe Kirshner. I feel like it just drives wedges between people with a common bond. I'm not saying you shouldn't make a buck if you're parting with something from your collection, but the people who buy in bulk just to exploit a demand are horrible. Ken Tomlin, he's a recent addition.
New to the group.
Yeah, he's very new to the group. Good contributor so far.
Nice
I've seen
Joe
him in
collection.
other G.I. Joe collecting like pages and stuff, and he has a really cool collection. He says, I understand people charging a little more for an item, but it's gotten ridiculous. A new $20 toy is being sold for $90! Exclamation points. Cobra Island Viper. Yes, that's one of the exclusive Target employee ones. Yes, it's not all the scalpers' fault. Oh, yet it's not all the scalpers' fault. If people would quit paying those prices, they'd have to quit trying to mark them up so high.
But if it's the only way they can get them.
Yep, because people are buying them off the shelf. It's a vicious cycle, and it comes down to production.
Yeah.
Between the scalpers and the horrible distribution production, okay, there you go, of the Joe classified figures, I'm close to stopping even trying to collect them. You, Ken, are not the first person who I have seen or heard say that. There are so many people who are becoming so disillusioned by this that they just don't want to bother
part
anymore.
Of that system.
I've seen a lot of people that are like, I'm just done collecting. I'm just going to sell off my collection because I've seen a lot of people like sell off they're getting ready to sell off their entire collections because they're so sick of what the community is turning into.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Ken, and that's where we're going to stop. That's all we got from our listener comments.
Those are all great
That is
comments. Thanks,
hot button
everybody.
issue.
Thanks for letting us know what you think about this. Some really great points today. Hopefully, we're not all too discouraged. I think we can still make a difference. We're not.
The nice thing for me is I almost exclusively collect vintage stuff, and I understand what the market is. And there's always a deal to be had somewhere with that stuff. Like someone's always
vintage stuff. You can usually get a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
It's just new stuff. They just are just like triple,
and it's already
double,
too
triple,
expensive.
Triple prices.
Yeah, it is already too expensive off the shelves, but. Yeah.
It is what it is. We'll all band together and we'll do the best we can, and that's all we can do. And
just keep sending messages when we find stuff.
That's
really the only way, like, to
which is something that we all
extra
do
eyes
that.
out on stuff and like
Yep, help shine a light on the problem. And
We all do that
only
for
help.
each other. Like if we're in a store, we go and if we're in a store and we see something like I did for Elgin and the wave, this newest wave of the Motu stuff. Like, oh, hey, does anybody need this? I'm standing right here. I'll put it in my cart and pick it up for you. You know,
Right.
That's one of the things that has helped us to get something that we otherwise may not be able to find. You know,
I don't think I would have been able to find this Wave
You might
6.
have missed
Yeah.
it, man.
Like, because I saw them, they were listed on like Canadian Toys R Us, like way before. And I was like, oh, there's a new line because I hadn't even heard that there was. And then it's like, well, there's nothing at the Tacoma Walmart, like nothing.
yeah.
Are they ever going to get it? And then you sent that message. I was like, oh, it's already here. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's
Well, hey, maybe our store got some new toys in. We should probably get out of here and go see what they got before they're all gone. What do you say?
let's
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
better.
Over and out.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.